music, athletics, arts, and entertainment. The Desert Tiger Podcast with Colton Geschwader.
Yeah, that's right. It is Desert Tiger Podcast time, everybody. And thank you for tuning in to the podcast that brings you interviews with comedians, athletes like wrestlers and football players, musicians of all sorts of different genres. We have actors on the show. We have all sorts of different people, all sorts of this different little community, this awesome little community, and we have labeled it Desert Tiger, and we are so thankful for you for tuning into it. Like you guys do, whoever you are, wherever you're from, whether you're listening on Spotify, whether you're listening on our website, deserttigerentertainment.com, whether you're listening on iTunes, whether you're listening on Google Play, Stitcher, CastBox. We are literally available on like 40 separate different platforms, and you guys are killing it on so many of them. So thank you for tuning into the podcast, for smashing that subscribe button, for tuning in as often as you do, tuning in weekly, telling your friends about the podcast, just doing all the awesome things that you guys do. We love you. Thank you so damn much for helping us out here at the DTP. So here on episode 28 of the Desert Tiger Podcast, we are going to be talking to Vancouver, British Columbia's Evil Ebenezer. And since the debut of his first solo album, Call Me Evil, Evil has refused to slow down. After many years of successfully performing hundreds of show dates across Canada, the US, and internationally, Evil's hard work and dedication has clearly shown to pay off. Aside from accumulating millions of audio and video streams on both Spotify and YouTube, the Canadian music industry has recognized Evil's efforts with a Leo Award for Best Music Video and 5, that's right, count them on one hand, 5 Western Canadian Best Hip Hop Album nominations in 4 years. Over the course of his career, Evil has released 3 separate mixtapes, that being The Wanderer, Penguin and Kush-Ups with Mercules, and Zebra with Mocha Only, as well as about 7, now 8 actually, albums, that including Call Me Evil, Evil Eye, Widow's Creek, The Birds, Howl, All That's Left, Cultist, and the album that literally just dropped last week on March 16th, his brand new album, Bandit. And we're going to be talking to Evil all about that brand new album. We're going to be talking about how his music evolved over his career. We're going to be talking about the different people that he works with. We're going to be talking about how he feels about this album as compared to his other albums. We're going to be talking to him about his music videos. We're going to be talking to him about how he got into hip-hop. We're going to be talking to him about what he's watching on Netflix, man. We're going to be talking to Evil about a ton of different things today, and I am as excited as I could possibly be to share that with you guys. I hope you are excited to hear it, and we are going to be getting to that very soon. But first off, you guys know that we like to play a little bit of music for you from the artists we feature on the episode. And before we do that, of course, we have to pay a couple bills by telling you about a few awesome companies that help us bring you this podcast every single week for free. That's right, and the first company I need to tell you about is Collar and Elbow. That's right, Collar and Elbow is a wrestling-inspired streetwear company that was started by Al Snow, and their clothing is fresh, their clothing is sick, it is stylish, and if you head on over to that Collar and Elbow web store, when you're about to check out, when you're about to buy that fresh new gear, if you use the code DTP when you are checking out, you're going to go ahead and save yourself 10% of your order, whether you're ordering from the spring line, whether you're ordering some of their old New Year's stock, some of their old winter stock. They still have hella fresh clothing. and you guys need to cop some of that. And when you do, use that code DTP, save yourself 10%, everybody wins. And you also know that we have to tell you a little bit about Audible. You guys know I love audiobooks because I'm constantly busy, constantly working, whether it's construction, whether it's on the podcast, whether I'm driving, whether I'm just doing other things in general. I love audiobooks. They keep me learning. They keep me entertained. When I'm at the gym, I love listening to them. If I don't want to listen to music some days, they are awesome, and that's why we teamed up with Audible to help bring you 1 free month of their service plus 1 free audiobook to use on literally whatever audiobook you want. They have thousands. Check them out. And how do you do that? You do that by going to www.audible.com/DTP. Once again, that is www.audible.com/DTP for 1 free month of their service plus 1 free audio book. Alright, so now that we've told you guys a little bit about the great companies that help us bring you this podcast for free every single week, now that we've introduced our artists a little bit, we need to play you some music by Evil Ebenezer before we can get into that interview with them. So we're going to be playing one of the newest singles off of that album, Bandit. This song is called Folks Like Us, and it features Mercules.
I never wanted, no, I didn't want this for you. Yeah. My heart is haunted, and I know that you know it's true. I am gonna tell you how it started. Early in the morning, I was on a plane home, coming back from Holland. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you that when I land, they better be hiding somewhere very far away where I can find them. Don't bother calling me, you calling on my old phone. Soon as I touch down, you're running from your own home. How you gonna hide that? Why you gotta lie, Jack? Why you gotta lie and tell me that you gonna fight back, but you never fire back? Fire back. Yeah, you bitches never fire back. See their faces changing, now I'm on their playlist. Used to do that gang shit, now it's entertainment. Going for that viral, like walking on a tightrope. I don't know, I might blow, but they don't really like folks. I see their faces changing, now I'm on their playlist. Used to do that gang shit, now it's entertainment. Going for that viral, like walking on a tightrope. I don't know, I might blow, but they don't really like folks like us.
They don't really like folks like us. I remember when they didn't even know our stuff. Now they're in our emails, trying to open up at our shows. They front row, trying to hold our nuts. Nah, we gon' get this money like fuck rapping. Went from slaves to kings, like what happened? We the major thing and y'all slacking. Evil made the ring, I jumped at. It's my brother, motherfucker, I would kill for him. 6 a.m. out in Poland, you know we still pouring. He need a bail from jail, I paid a bill for him. Pick him up at the station inside of ill foreign. Yeah, hold up, let it breathe. Ain't no one gon' fuck with our team. We get more bucks, more love in the scene, and you'll be at the theater, you can see us on the screen. Like Will Ferrell, the real Pharaoh, I'm killing them. They say I got ADD, I need Ritalin. Hoes on our dick and they skin color cinnamon, but we're too busy getting this money, we're not interested. I told NATO send a record and I'll smash it. I just gotta teach a lesson to these bastards. We the real deal and I'm fed up with these has-beens. They want beef, please send me any address. Then I'll pull up out front by myself and pull a shotgun out the sling on my belt and let it sing till the pigs bring help. Trying to throw me in a bing, but I dip down south. They never caught me on camera candid, so till then I'm on a run, I'm a bandit. Me and Evil cut a fight to Calabasas. Clean slate, 2 whips, new mansion.
See their faces changing, now I'm on their playlist. Used to do that gang shit, now it's entertainment. Going for that viral, like walking on a tightrope. I don't know, I might blow, but they don't really like folks. I see their faces changing, now I'm on their playlist. Used to do that gang shit, now it's entertainment. Going for that viral, like walking on a tightrope. I don't know, I might blow, but they don't really like folks like us.
The Desert Tiger Podcast.
All right, we are here with Evil Ebenezer. How's it going, man?
It's going excellent. It's a beautiful day, and we're just chilling. Me and the wife expecting our baby any day now. Her due date is tomorrow, so just kind of waiting for that. So it's pretty exciting around here.
Oh wow, that is extremely exciting, man! Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. So just doing that pretty much.
Awesome. So, do you guys know what gender the baby's gonna be? Do you guys have a name picked out or anything?
Yeah, we got all that. We know it's gonna be a girl, and we got a name picked out. So we're just gonna wait and see, and then just hope for the best.
Awesome. Well, I hope everything goes really well for you guys. I hope that you have
I appreciate that.
A happy, healthy baby.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's get into it, man. Let's get into the beginning, I guess, first here. Your first album came out around 2006. When exactly did you get into hip-hop? When did you decide to actually give it a go?
I think probably around that time, 2005, we started working on the album. And, from 99 to 2005, a lot of my peers were putting out music, but I just didn't put out anything. Me and Stewie were working closely together on music back then, and we just kind of worked on stuff and did stuff, but we just didn't put anything out. So that first album that came out in 2006, Call Me Evil, I was basically working, my whole life, hip-hop life, up and towards that. So that was kind of, that's when I first was like, here's my music, and this is what I'm about, and then I kind of went for it from there.
Okay. So, right out the gate, how, having friends that were already in the scene, was it an easy transition for you to actually, get into releasing your own music, or how was that?
Yeah, we knew people that were doing it. We were friends with Sweatshop Union. They were putting out music under, a label, not Battle Axe at the time. It was a subsidiary of that. I think it was called Underworld. So yeah, we had people and then Josh Martinez, of course, at Campbell Bear, and he was putting out lots of American artists, underground artists, and so we peers were putting it out. So we kind of saw how to do it, and then just went for it. I got on some tours with both those groups, opening up for them and gaining some experience on the road and starting to get fans and stuff like that. So that was kind of those were kind of the early days.
Mm-hmm. Was it a hard experience for you to actually get out onto the road and start playing shows, or did you find that you enjoyed it, or how was that for you?
It was pretty good. It was hard too sometimes, though. It's good, and there's good days and bad days, and it's the same now. Nothing's really changed in that regard. It's the music business is kind of it's like a roller coaster, It's I think any time that you're working for yourself, it is too, right? Because there's highs and lows, because it's not like a regular 9-to-5 job. So there's going to be little kind of curveballs in the way, and so, but it makes it interesting too. So what else was I going to say? What was it? I veered off. Sorry. Where was I? What was I? I don't even know what point I was trying to make. What were we? What were you talking about?
We were talking about you getting on the road and how hasn't really changed.
Yeah. It's fun and it's stressful too. Oh yeah, I know. I remember what I was going to say now. Yeah, 2000 and what was it, 2008, I think. I went on a tour, 2007 maybe. I went on a tour with Josh Martinez and Factor, and like a couple other guys, AWOL1, I think, and there's a couple other people too. DJ Moves might have even been there. This is way back in the day, but yeah. Anyways, we did a whole tour of the U.S., and that was like the biggest tour I went on at that point, and it was like, I was gone for a month, and it was really hard at the time, just with the shit I was dealing with back home, and then also wasn't making much money, and it was. I remember coming back and feeling really like disheartened, and like I remember kind of saying like I quit, and like like I mean I might have taken only a couple months off before I was back in the studio, but I remember feeling pretty down about it. But then the music always gets me back into it. Mm-hmm. You come home from tour and you feel like shit, and you're like late on bills and rent, and you're breaking up with your girlfriend, and all this shit's happening, and then that kind of fades out, and you start to figure things out, and then you get back in the studio and you start writing music again, you start feeling a little bit better. That seems to be like the cycle. I'm in a good place now, like 10 years later, however longer. I feel I'm in a more secure, I'm older now. I'm in better relationship. I got a baby on the way. I have a stable house and life, and things are a bit a little bit easier for me. I guess they're just more they're just more steady. They're more steady. Things are more steady for me now, and because I've kind of figured out how to ride the waves of it. How to ride the wave of music and the business, and trying to navigate those waters, and keep the ship steady. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, man. Like
that's just time. That's time. That's all that is. People say, "Well, how do you do this?" I'm like, man, this is the only thing that is time. It's time is the only thing that can do it. There's nothing else. Just putting in the hours.
No,
and
exactly.
Eventually 10 years flies by, and here you are, right?
Well, exactly. Like, after a while, you don't realize how many people you've actually connected with and, like, actually met, and how many people you've actually played in front of, and, like, it starts to build up. And, like, one thing I've always said, like, going back to, like, things going up and down is, like, when it comes to touring and music is like, always expect for things to never go the way that you think they're going to, but always just be ready for the ride.
Yeah, for sure. I think that changed a lot over the years too. Like I don't seem to sweat the small stuff as much anymore. I'm almost like there's so many flaky people in this business that like you said, like expect the worst. And you know what? Then you don't get that stressed out when shit goes bad, because most people do fuck up. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised and get like really hyped when people do follow through with what they say, because it's like super awesome. It's like, honestly, I'll take like just like people, reliable people and smart people and honest people. I'll take that over talented people any day. I don't care how dope or awesome people say they are at doing stuff. Just come through and just say, just do what you're gonna say, and don't say it if you don't want to do it. It's fine. I hate it when people try to like talk your ear off like they're gonna do this. It doesn't even. I don't care. It's all good. Just just follow through. That's the best thing I could say. Like in this world, just follow through, man. That's it.
Definitely. I mean, the biggest thing about talent is it's easily wasted, because you have to put in the hard work to actually do something with it.
Exactly right. So exactly, and I've made mistakes too, and I've not worked as hard as I could have. I'm sure, but you know what? I feel like my body of work should speak for itself over the last 10 years. I've put in the work. I can look back now and say, you know what, I made all these albums, and I'm proud of them, and they kind of tell my story. They're all different. They all have a different feel. I think there's common themes that bind them all together, that being me. But, you know, I'm happy with when I leave the game. Like, I'm happy with what I did, you know?
Yeah,
So,
you left your mark and you know that you did what you could.
that's right. And that's what I wanted. That at the end of the day, that's all we can really ask for, you know? That we did
Definitely.
give it our best shot. And I, you know, left it all out there, right? So I'm going to. Like, I honestly, I know it's cliche, but, like, I feel like I'm just getting started. I honestly do, though. I just feel, because I'm just in a better spot now, like, just, like, emotionally, that I'm more clear-headed to make music and feel supported by my wife. And I feel like I can, there's so much, I feel like I got so much more to say. I feel like there's so much more music to make. This album is definitely a step in that direction. It's way more musical. There's definitely more musical type of production, but also a lot more singing and harmonies and just different things on this one than the last one. And to me, that's great because I'm getting better, which is the whole point. You'd hope. I mean, I think I am. You know, and if people like my older music and maybe don't like the new direction, that's fine. You know, they can listen to Call Me Evil and the Birds and shit like that. You know, I get that, man. I mean, I listened to the music that I loved in high school. Like, those songs meant a lot to me. I know how young my fans are. Like, I get it. Like, I'm getting old, a lot older than them, but it's still relatable. Obviously, because I look at my fan base. It gets young. I get older, and then my fan base stays the same. So it's kind of interesting.
Well, it's good that, like, what you're trying to convey and what you're trying to bring forth towards your listeners is able to connect with people even as time goes on and as newer people come into hip-hop and find out about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's neat, you know. Like you said, you kind of forget about all the the connections, you know, that you made, and it's pretty good, man. This last tour is really nice. It really got a good chance to meet people and talk to them after the shows and hear everyone's stories about how they got into the music, and it's kind of cool. I'm digging it, so it's fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Like it.
Definitely. I had to miss you on this last tour, unfortunately. I think the last time I saw you was when you were touring for All That's Left.
Well, now I'm pretty sure I played Kamloops. Where was I at that bar? The Office or something? Did you come to any of those shows at the Office?
Last time I saw you, I lived in Regina, actually. So I
saw you out there?
at Hookah Lounge in Regina.
Oh, okay, yeah, a couple years ago, yeah.
Yeah, man. It was sick.
So I didn't do Regina on this one. I didn't even do Saskatoon. I totally just skipped Saskatchewan. It's weird. I didn't even do, I did Winnipeg. I did Winnipeg and Saskatoon in the summer. But when I came through just now, when is that? November, December. Jesus, I can't even remember. Wow, I don't even know. Just winter. It's all a blur now. I skipped it and just did BC and Alberta, and then I did Atlantic Canada, and then I did Ontario. But I'm going to take some time off touring. Obviously, the album just came out last week. I toured kind of before it, and now it's as far as I just dropped a video with Merc, and I'm just going to be dropping videos to promote Bandit, and then also start coming out with some new music. I'm excited to get back in the studio. I'll be doing some stuff tonight for some features for other people that I have work to do. But yeah, I'm excited to just get back and then start putting out more singles and videos this summer.
Deadly, man. Awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait. All right, so you just mentioned that you actually just dropped your newest album, Bandit, literally last week, like the 16th, was it not?
That's right. Yeah, 5 days.
All right, so how has... We talked earlier about how your music has progressed and how this album is a little more singing in it and everything else, but let's get a little more into that. Like, how actually has your albums progressed? Like, how has those stories progressed, and how have you progressed as a human being as well over those 10 or 12 years of being a musician?
I think, working with some different people, over those years, you sit in with sessions with different producers and other artists, you pick up things here and there, you get more confident. Hopefully I've gained confidence after some of those sessions. I've tried out things. I've experimented more. I've allowed myself to take the time to try different things out, and I think that just feeling more free in the songwriting process that allows that to happen when you start singing and stuff. You're kind of open to kind of do some more things, I think, where, the rap, the singing, whatever, it's really all the same thing. It's kind of just, on this album especially, I just tried to kind of create a vibe on the song. So if that, whatever flow that it was something that happened in kind of jamming it out and figuring it out, and then they kind of just took a life of their own, and that was fun for me to do on this one more than Cultus. Cultus was all Stu, so it was very back and forth with him. I took the reins on this one and worked with people that I wanted to work with, and their production allowed me, to do the things that we did on this album.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are some of those tracks on this new album that you worked with those different producers and different people that allowed you to push those boundaries?
Well, I think that those are, like, when I'm talking about that kind of stuff, I mean, like, kind of over the course of the years to get me to this place.
Yeah.
There's been lots of people, you pick up things along the way, but, like, I remember being in the studio with Rob the Viking, like a few years ago, and him like trying out different harmonies for me. I don't really hear stuff like that. Maybe other people kind of have an ear for it. My good friend Teal, who recorded this album with me at his studio on the Sunshine Coast, he was really a big part of it, because I was going to his house every day in between touring, and we were working on the songs, and he also had a very good ear for hearing something else in it, and kind of like helping me with my singing too, and the performances. I'm kind of like those. I like to work with someone else. I like to get their feedback. I like to have another ear. Some people just like record themselves.
Yeah.
I kind of like to I like to kind of vibe with another person, and then focus more on the performance, and then not have to worry about the technical stuff about like recording and shit like that. But anyways, he was really great at helping me out too, and just kind of like just like being there with someone that that you trust, and it's a big part of it. And then it gives you that freedom to be able to to experiment, and then because sometimes you have to do weird things, and maybe it sounds dumb at first or whatever, but like this is part of it, right? I don't want to just make the same records over and over again. So
absolutely.
So yeah, it was a really, this was the funnest I ever had making an album ever. I had the most fun. Again, I was in a good place. And I really enjoyed going to the studio every day to do it. We recorded 20 songs in the course of 6 weeks. So pretty much every other day or every day I was going up. Yeah, I was really happy with how it came out.
No, I think it sounds really great. I mean, I picked it up 2 or 3 days ago, and I'm loving it.
Excellent. Thanks. Great.
Hey, no problem.
What songs do you like?
Oh man, I mean, you talked about that song you just dropped with Merc recently, like Folks Like Us, like that shit is fucking dope. Running on Empty, like fucking loving that, man. Like,
yeah, me too. I think that might have been the best song on there. I don't know. I feel that song kind of is like captures the vibe of like the album. Like it has like that has like the sound or the feeling that like if I had to have one song, I think that was kind of like the like the reflection of what the album is. Like, I think I would probably pick that one. But anyways, yeah, like it was really happy with how it came out, and the feedback for it so far has been really good. And I'm excited to make more videos and to get more feedback on it, and also obviously just want more people to hear it, and that, but I think more and more people are hearing my music all the time, and I just have to, keep making more and keep progressing,
Well, just keep pushing those boundaries, right? Like we said earlier, you got to keep working and you never know where it's going to stop, so you got to keep pushing for the top.
That's right. You got it.
Yeah, man.
Gotcha.
I know that it's over now. If I ain't driving, I don't know what else. I've been living in border town. You don't know about me, boy. I'm a little bit older now. Everybody's telling me to slow it down. I've been fighting for my home ground, driving all over this town, boy. Oh, how you holding up? You gotta talk to me one day soon. I know shit'll get worked out one day. Down the road, down the runway too. I know my tank's on empty, but my dreams are about to come true. I'll be back in a month or two. I know you know that it won't be that bad. Growing up on empty, don't tempt me. I done told you, I know that you're running on empty. Everything's all empty, so you better stay home. Yeah. Well, shit was always hectic on the wallet. I was calling in the mechanic, he said that he'd install it. I don't wanna spoil it, but I gotta get it polished. Cause now I know the industry is going down the toilet. Man, I've been through all this stuff and damn, it really don't change. Been doing this 10 years and I still don't have a chain. Now I'm rapping about blow and shit I don't have, and shit's all fucked up, so I just laugh. Don't worry about the past, you might have to call me up a cab. I had a crash, another smashed glass and black ash in the back of my dad's sedan. Yeah, so make sure when you on the phone, tell them that I'm down on 33rd beside the corner store. On the road just like Gorbachev, man, I know the stress. Blowing piff, hold it in cause I don't know what's next. Man, you know it's all fucked up in this lane, right? It's why I keep my aim tight. I know you know that it won't be that bad. Growing up on empty, don't tempt me. I done told you, I know that you're running on empty. Everything's all empty, so you better stay home.
the Desert Tiger Podcast.
Alright, you guys, you know it's about that time that we pay a few more bills here on the podcast. So have you checked out the Collar and Elbow web store yet? Have you checked out that fresh new spring line that they dropped recently? Because if you haven't, let me tell you that you're missing out and you need to check it out right now. They have that sick high-risk maneuver diving eagle tee. Very nice, very crisp. They have that often imitated, never duplicated two tigers, sort of in a yin-yang-y shaped tee. Very nice. They have that sick traditional grizzled world champ shirt. Looks super good. You guys know that you're going to be killing in it. They have that sexy ladies army tank top still. That's very fantastic. Maybe you've seen me repping the mirror shirt on my Instagram, Almost Colton. I love the mirror shirt. Let me tell you, as someone who wears this clothing, it is super comfy. I love it. It is amazing to work out in. It is amazing just to wear. It is super comfortable. It looks great. And if you guys head on over to the Collar and Elbow web store right now and use the code DTP, you're going to save yourself 10% off that sick wrestling-inspired streetwear. That's right, the code is DTP, and you're going to save yourself 10%. I also got to take a little bit more time to tell you guys about Audible. You guys have heard me tell you about how Audible has thousands upon thousands upon thousands of books. The service is ran by Amazon, so you know that they pretty much have everything. You've heard me tell you about how they have different fantasy novels, like they have The Ender's Game, The Lord of the Rings, The Game of Thrones. They have all that. They have all sorts of different biographies from musicians, world leaders, all sorts of different people, sports icons, all sorts of different individuals. And if you guys head on over to www.audible.com/DTP, you can go through that entire service because you're going to get yourself one free month of the Audible service, plus one free audiobook to get you started, to get you learning, to get you entertained, whatever you guys want to use it for, man. They have so many different options. Check them out. See if you like something. It is www.audible.com/DTP. Alright, you guys, it is time to get back into our interview with Evil Ebenezer.
The Desert Tiger Podcast.
Alright, so is there any other songs from over your career that really stand out as like for that moment in time for you, something that really stands out for like over the career of your music, something that really means the most to you?
You know what? I don't know. I honestly, I kind of, I love all the songs that we've done, you know, some more than others, but
Yeah.
the thing that excites me the most, obviously, is just the new music, you know, because it's who I am right now, and that's what is the most important to me, is you know, the man I am right now, and who I'm going to be. The past is the past, and it's there. And it's great because it allows me to reflect on where I am now. But yeah, I mean, the songs are there. You know, I like Wake Up and, you know, Wonder Years and these songs. They're cool. I'm Leaving. That song is still dope to me.
Definitely.
And a cool video, Stewie's first video he ever did.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah. Yeah, 2006. So he's been making videos now. Jeez, crazy. 12 years he's been making music videos. It's wild.
Yeah,
I hope he can make his movie he wants to make. He's got some other ideas, and he just needs to take a step back. He might have to take a step back from videos for a bit.
Yeah.
But he's got such a, like, me, Merc, and Snack, you know, we all want him to make videos. You probably pretty much keep him busy just between the three of us, you know.
Well, I also know that he's working for a ton of other people, man, because he makes killer videos. So, like, tons of people want to work with him, right?
Yeah, he's good. So, you know, I did a couple of those videos on my own with some other people out on the island, just because, I want to try, I'm trying to direct videos a bit more and kind of make my own, get my own vibe on them. And also, he's busy doing his thing, so I'll continue to keep doing some music videos myself too, so.
Well, maybe you doing some more music videos will open up the opportunity for him to step up and make a movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good idea. Yeah.
Helping the team,
like it.
Man.
Yeah, I like it.
So, over the course of doing tons of music videos with Stewie and other people, do you have, like, a favorite that stands out with you? One that was, like, really fun for you to do? Like, was there a certain scene that was just super killer? Like, anything like that?
Yeah, I don't know. Crush Brews with Snack was pretty fun. When we did that one up in Kelowna, and it was the summer and we were partying. I remember that being a pretty fun time with Stewie. Some of the older ones, just because things have changed over the years, we had some wild times. It was pretty good. That one was good. I think I'm Leaving with Stewie, just because that being the first video, and that one's kind of memorable. There's been so many over the years now. They're always good. They're always hard. People don't know, like, shooting videos is, like, especially with Stewie, it's super tiring. It's draining. It's a lot of work. I definitely like writing and recording is my favorite out of all the aspects. I've been doing these, like, I shot this new skit. I mean, I did the first Weed Bay one when I was at the flea market, but I just shot another one that was, like, on the weekend that's not out yet. It's hopefully going to be out next Wednesday. But I tried to take this on like I was going to be able to do it once a week. It's really hard, and coming with ideas and editing and everything like that. And this last one, I'm really excited to put it out. I'm writing and directing these, and it's like I really like doing that. It's definitely a new challenge for me, and it's fun to do. So we'll see what happens with doing those two.
All right, so let's get a little bit into that, I guess. So how did you get into the directing and stuff? Was that just through shooting videos for yourself, or just having, like, an interest for it, or how did that all work out?
Yeah, just an interest for it, and obviously, Stu's done most of my videos, but I've had to do other ones with other people, and I like doing it. It's fun, and this new adventure with doing the Weed Bay things is going to be fun too. Like I said, it's a lot of work. But I thought that I was going to be able to do them every Wednesday, but I might just do them every second Wednesday. But the last one we did, it was good. But yeah, it's exciting. I'm gonna look forward to doing more of that this year. Doing more of that, doing more videos, more music. I just won't be on the road as much, but I'll be working lots.
Yeah, definitely. Just because you're not on the road doesn't mean you're not going to be putting in the hours, right?
Oh, 100%. I mean, just the hours, just the day I'll be writing and recording and putting out music and putting out videos and then doing these skits. So there's lots of stuff to do.
All right, awesome. Deadly. So we talked a little bit about how you love music from back in your high school days and everything like that. So let's get into some of your high school influences, some of your, like, the musicians that you just couldn't live without.
Yeah, all the music I listened to when I was younger, was like a lot of the stuff that was coming out of New York at the time, like DJ Premier and Gangstar and Nas and all this kind of stuff. And then there was the cool underground scene that we were into too, like the Def Jux and the Sound Bombing and the underground when that was coming out, like what am I talking about here? Like the rock, like even Eminem was on that, like raucous stuff. There was like Mos Def and Talib Kweli, like all that kind of shit. And then the West Coast was coming. I had like Hieroglyphics, we listened to a lot of, Yeah, just like all this dilated pupils, and then obviously then swollen from here, and then so like it was a pretty cool time. You know, it's interesting now because things have changed a lot. Like the independent music label was pretty big back then, and like even the label that I was on for 7 or 8 years, Camel Bear Records, you kind of needed them to to do things, and now you could do a lot more independently. I'm currently not signed to anyone. I'm just independent. Eagle Ebenezer Music, and it's great. You know, I there's a lot more work I have to do, but I have a great team, business manager and booking agent, and people that I work with, and people that I trust, and so it's accomplishable now, and I don't have like that kind of like middleman, having to kind of run everything through them. So it's a good time to be alive for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I can understand that because, like, anytime I've released music, either, like, through rock or anything else, like, I've actually planned on trying hip-hop right away here. But that's besides the point. It's like, I've always wanted to be in control of everything just because, like, even though it is so much more harder, it's so much more gratifying when it pays off.
Yeah. I mean, back then, it was... I don't know when I left there, 2014. So it's been 4 years. It's been good. It's just a lot better this way for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just is. Now I just kind of set my own schedule and my own plan for music, and then just go for it.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It puts you in control, which means you've got a lot more freedom and everything can flow a lot nicer.
Yeah, I mean they were cool and everything like that as far as like, content and putting out your music, but just things can get, it's more business stuff that things were getting hard to control because they're dealing with lots of different things, and you start to maybe not become a priority or whatever. Anyways, that's the business part of it, and it feels a lot better to be independent, 100%.
Well, exactly, because it's hard to assure that, like you said, you are a priority to them. It's not a shot at the label, but when they're trying to handle so many different artists at once, it's hard to be even a top 5 priority, and that hurts. Yeah.
So, it's things are better now for sure.
Deadly. So, when did you end up hooking up with the SDK fam? Like, when did that all come together?
I never even touched on that. That was like, I played one of their first shows like 2010 or 11, like a long time ago. Before that, 2009, I don't even know. No, before that, jeez. Yeah, I don't know. 10 years ago, for sure.
Yeah.
Me and Stewie, friends of friends, did a show with them all out in Langley, all ages show, and then just been down with them ever since. It's pretty crazy, most of them were just graffiti, and it was just like me and Caspian, and this other group that they had that was rapping. This is before I met Snack. It was mostly just graffiti. And then I met Snack, and then, just over the years, it's really kind of, it's gotten a lot bigger, that's for sure. It's crazy.
Yeah, man, like, the SDK fam has just, like, exploded over the years.
Yeah, it has. It's crazy. It's really cool to watch. So, it's exciting. We'll see what happens in the next few years, man. It's, everyone kind of just is doing their thing and repping the crew, and it's cool to see what happens,
Deadly. Well, I hope the best for you guys, man.
Thanks, man.
All right. What kind of interests does Evil Ebenezer have when he's not recording music, when he's not touring?
I like to just chill. I'll tell you that. Like just relax, and watch movies. I like film. I like movies a lot. I always have. I like sports. I like going out. I like being active. I like going shooting hoops, or going, out with my girl. Go camping or walking, being outside. We like nature. Definitely, it's great. We both feel so much better after being out. So I like to do that, and then also like to chill inside and watch movies and cook and eat and barbecue and swim and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
All that's fun. Family. I love being around my family. Yeah, man, just pretty regular guy over here. And then obviously I like the music. I like the music.
Awesome.
It's fun. Yeah.
All right. So you said you enjoy movies. Do you have any like a favorite style of movie? Any favorite films?
I don't know. What's my style of films? I don't know. That's a good question. I'm pretty all over the place. I like period pieces, like movies that take place like history. I like history a lot. So
Yeah.
If it's taken place like, in the past, that's usually I'm probably going to be into that. I like a lot of the Marvel stuff. I was pretty hard into comics.
Nice.
I like the DC stuff too. I like the Marvel a little bit more.
Love it.
I'm a big Batman guy. What can I say? I just like the old school movies, like Back to the Futures, Indiana Jones, Star Wars, all that kind of classic shit like that. I'm into, because that's from when I was young, right? So yeah. So 80s shit, I'm hard into.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's pretty much it,
All right. I'm a huge fan of comic book movies and comic books too. So, do you have a favorite comic book movie at all?
I like the Batman series, the ones that Christopher Nolan did.
Hell yes.
Those three with Bale. I like those three. The Dark Knight with Heath. I think those three are the best.
I have
honestly
to
do.
agree.
The first Spider-Mans with Tobey are okay. I don't know. I still haven't seen Black Panther. Did you see Black Panther?
I caught it last weekend.
Now, is it just got a lot of hype around it, or did you really like it, or was it good?
Okay, so there is a lot of hype around it, but it is a very solid movie, and it is still one of the best Marvel movies out there.
It's one of the best ones. I'm trying to think. You know what other ones I like? I like X-Men. I like the X-Men movies.
Yes.
The later ones are kind of, I don't know. I do like a lot of I like those three original ones of theirs too.
Agreed.
I'm trying to think who's come out with some of the better ones lately. I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of the Batman, Superman. They're okay. I haven't seen what's it called, the Justice League one yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet either.
I think DC is slacking a bit though, behind Marvel.
They are slacking a bit because it's like they're leaving everything like extremely open-ended, and it's like it leaves it like a lot of hype because it's like they can go with so many different directions, but at the same time,
Iron Man's franchise is pretty good too. He's a great Tony Starks. I mean, he's good. The Iron Man movies, yeah, they're pretty dope.
Yeah,
they're
actually
pretty
just
good, man. I
rewatched
can't
them.
believe how many movies they pump out now of all these ones. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. Like Marvel is at like what 19 with Infinity War coming up soon. Like, man.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's funny they don't come out with a lot of original scripts in Hollywood anymore. It's mostly if you look at the top movies that come out now in the year, that they're mostly comics. It's funny, or books, or a remake of a movie.
Exactly. They're reaching
like
for
a Jumanji or something. It's a remake. Everything's remake.
Yeah.
Not a lot of original scripts. So you kind of have to dig
not at
deeper at smaller independent movies and stuff. And I like movies like that too. Kind of like little movies, that are, that didn't cost a lot of money to make, but they're good. They're kind of like the Sundance type movie. I kind of I'll watch those once in a while if there's a good one. I just watched that really cool documentary on Netflix, man. It was a 6 or 8 part series about that weird Ragnishi kind of, I don't want to call them a cult, but I don't know if they kind of were. That's what the media called them in Oregon in the 80s. Did you watch that?
I have not watched that yet, but I am extremely intrigued right now, and I am going to have to look that up.
Oh, yeah, go watch it. I didn't know, I didn't really know it was a little bit before my time, I guess, where I would have been quite young. Oh, man, it's pretty interesting. Yeah, man, this guru guy from India, and he had all these followers. They built this whole city in Oregon. They bought something like I forget the amount of land it is, but it's the size of Manhattan. Okay.
Holy.
And they built a town, and then it got crazy, and our FBI and the fucking American the army was involved. Like it's
shit.
These people had their own police force and everything, and it's pretty crazy, man. It was really good. I watched it all. I bodied it very quickly. I definitely suggest it. You'll see it. It's under Netflix. Maybe I should find the name for you. Just go Ragnishi on Netflix or just Google it and you'll find it.
Yeah, all right. I will definitely need to do that because that sounds like super interesting.
If that's up your alley, oh yeah, it was really. Oh man, it's trippy. Yeah, it was wild. I can't believe that something like that actually happened. These guys almost won an election over the county. They won a city election. It's wild, man.
What?
These people, they all wear red and purple, and then they just believe in this one guy. And he's a totally he's a kind of a neat guy, though. He still has thousands and thousands and thousands of followers in India. Still people today that follow him. They have all these books that they put out that makes him so much money. He had 20 Rolls Royces. He had $1 million watch that it's crazy, man. It's crazy. $1 million watch. Imagine a watch. It's $1 million. Just on his wrist, all diamonds. It's crazy.
That's ridiculous. Like I don't even know what a $1 million watch would look like.
It's very shiny.
I bet.
Yeah, it's wild. 20 Rolls Royces. So it's so weird because he's this like real spiritual kind of dude, and then he's like very into money and stuff too. So it's kind of an interesting situation. Oh, and then the people that follow him, some of his workers, they do greasy stuff. They do time. These women, they plotted they were going to kill us. They were going to kill an attorney general.
What?
Because oh man, it's just watch it, man.
Oh man, I have to. This sounds crazy.
Yeah. Hit me back. My wife is gesturing to me now to get going because we got to go shopping.
All right. So I have one last question for you, but before I ask that, where can the listeners find you online?
Everywhere. A Bandit is available digitally everywhere. So Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, whatever, Tidal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not putting it up on YouTube yet. I want some more people to do the thing before the free thing. But it's everywhere online. And then later this week, hard copies will be available at fn.com.
Awesome. All right. So last question. You said you have a lot of younger listeners. So if you have any message that you would specifically like to send out to your listeners, what would that be?
Just be good to each other, just be good to people and treat people how you want to be treated. That's an old one, but that's the best one.
I can agree with that, man. I'm perfectly all right with that.
Excellent.
All right. Well, thank you so much for doing this interview, man.
Good talking to you. Thanks for getting a hold on me. And this is your podcast, right? Send me a link or something when it's done.
Awesome. Definitely will.
The Desert Tiger Podcast.
All right, everybody. It's about that time that we gave a huge DTP shout out and thank you to Evil Ebenezer for joining us here on the show today, for talking about his brand new album Bandit that dropped last week. If you guys haven't heard that yet, you can find it all over the place. It is on iTunes, it is on Spotify, it is on Bandcamp. He's got it all over the place. You guys need to check that out. Check out the music videos he's been dropping for it. They're on YouTube. You can find them all over the place. Both the songs I played today on the show both have music videos. You can find them on YouTube, both shot by Stewie. So you know that they're killer. Go check those out. Support Evil, support the SDK crew, support hip-hop, support music in general, man. Support creators, support entertainers, support artists. And I guess we also have to give a massive thank you to you guys, the listeners of the Desert Tiger podcast, for tuning in to this episode 28 of the DTP with me, your host, Colton G. Thank you guys so much for tuning in once again. Like I said, whoever you are, wherever you're from, whatever service you are tuning in on, thank you guys for tuning in weekly. Thank you for smashing that subscribe button. Thank you for following us on our social media. You can find us on Twitter at Desert Tiger Pod. You can find us on Instagram at Desert Tiger Podcast. You can also find me at almost_Colton. And you can find the podcast on Facebook at Desert Tiger Entertainment. To keep in the loop. If you guys have any feedback, you can send it to me there at any of those options as well. Please do. Alright, so we thanked you. We've thanked Evil. So as you guys know, we love to end off every single podcast episode here with a little bit of a quote. Something to help send you off into your weekend with a little bit of motivation, a little bit of inspiration so that you can tackle whatever it is that is in front of you. So this is a quote from Les Brown. If you take responsibility for yourself, you will develop a hunger to accomplish your dreams. That's right, everybody. Get out there, be responsible for who you are, and strive to achieve the things that you want. Have a great day, everybody.
The Desert Tiger Podcast. Subscribe, rate, and review. iTunes, Google Play Music, and Stitcher. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Thanks for listening.